What's up, brother? It's Scott Jack. Welcome to Magnetic Interaction Mastery. Congratulations on choosing to invest in yourself and come aboard. Now, you're going to want to make sure to watch this entire introduction video all the way through, because what I'm going to share with you could literally be the difference that makes the difference in you getting a massive value out of this training. Because the first 4,000 guys who came through this training did not get access to this competitive advantage, and that is what I'm going to share with you right now. Cue the slides. You see, after those first 4,000 guys chose to join Magnetic Interaction Mastery, I became obsessed with what allowed my most successful clients to get the quickest, life-changing results. And just as important, what the guys who didn't get results were doing. I was able to gather this data in the form of surveys, emails, phone conversations, and even face-to-face discussions. After getting feedback from over 1,000 of those men, it became crystal clear why the winners won and the losers lost. It literally came down to one thing: mindset. I'm going to expose to you what that mindset data revealed. First, let's discuss the mindset of guys who didn't get results. These guys were carrying around one or more of these self-sabotaging mind viruses. The first was just guys looking for an excuse to quit because it was easier to stay in their comfort zone. In other words, they had taken the time to watch my videos, to come into the program, but instead of being willing to get out there and take action, they just decided to basically invent a reason for them to quit, and were not willing to get out of their comfort zone. You gotta be willing to get out of your comfort zone to have success. Next was the age excuse. In other words, young guys in their early 20s saying, well, Scott's 15 years older than me, that's why it works for him. Or guys in their 50s and above saying, well, Scott's 15 years younger than me, that's why it works for him. You've got to get off the age excuse. We've had guys come into this program at 18 to as old as 73 and absolutely dominate, because when you understand how to have a magnetic interaction, the age excuse, you begin to realize, is complete bullshit. The next one was the time excuse. In other words, well, I came to the program, but I'm really busy now. I don't have time to focus on this. Here's the deal, brother. You're already letting beautiful women pass you by on your day-to-day, like right now, on a weekly basis. And so there's always time, because you can spend literally 60 minutes a week going through this training. That's it. Cut out some social media or some BS show that you've been watching and invest 1 hour per week. And then when those opportunities present themselves to you as you're getting out of your car, as you're going about your day, take action. There's always time. Next was the I don't have the money, looks, or status excuse. And in other words, they were inventing this social conditioned narrative of, well, I don't look this good, or I don't make this much money, I don't have this status. In other words, the same stuff that's been holding them back for years, that the media and marketers push to try to sell you their garbage by making you feel inadequate. So you've got to get off of this, because when you understand how to have a magnetic interaction, you're going to be able to move way above those old limiting mindsets. The next one was the "this wouldn't work where I live" excuse. In other words, oh, well, Scott's doing this in Europe, or Scott's doing this in Vegas, or he's doing it here or there. Look, guys have come into this program from over 50 countries all across the world. And so you've got to understand that this works wherever you are. There is no locational excuse, whether you're inside of a grocery store, whether you're at a gym, whether you're outside, whether you're in a bar or a nightclub. Having a magnetic interaction works. Next was the I already know it all excuse, which will probably surprise you, because look, if you're in here, if you took the time to watch my video and come to this program, you don't know it all. Let's just be real. This is just someone who was unwilling to drop the ego, basically. Next was I don't have the personality excuse. They see me doing these things on video. They're like, I can't do that. Look, if you don't have the personality right now, that's one of the reasons you're inside of the training. I'm sure you're able to be expressive when you're maybe talking to your friends or your family, and if you have a challenge doing that with women, obviously this training is going to help you step through that. And then there was the I don't have someone to keep me accountable excuse, which is just total BS, because look, if you're a real man, you can hold yourself accountable. Now, this was a big one. I don't have money, I need to quit excuse, right? Like you get the money excuse, I don't have money. Like, look, getting into this program is very inexpensive, few $100 or less. So there's always a way to move past that. Next was, and this is funny, like the Scott is white, has a beard, and a full head of hair excuse, right? This is another looks excuse. You gotta understand, guys of all different shapes, sizes, ethnicities, full head of hair, bald, in between, have come into this program and have success. So don't let these hold you back. And then there was the buyer's remorse excuse. In other words, like, I just bought this thing, like, no, I need to return it, right? Like, look, that is a scarcity mindset, and it's always going to keep you stuck. People who fall prey to the mind virus of buyer's remorse are never going to get anywhere in life, and that includes their dating life. And then there was just, this isn't for me excuse, right? Like, oh, I watched a couple videos, this isn't for me, I can't do it, I'm just going to quit. Look, I was able to pull those guys who had these mindsets, and none of them had made any change in their dating life. They were exactly where they were before they came into this program. Now, did you notice what every single one of those excuses had in common? They are all an excuse that 100% guarantees you will always settle in this area of life. And look, how you do one thing is how you do everything, my brother. And this is denying yourself of ever reaching your full potential. So do not make the mistake of letting these or any other mind viruses control you. Do you want to settle? Of course not. You wouldn't have joined to be watching this video if you did. So here's what the guys that you've seen all the crazy testimonials from did in regards to their mindset to be so successful. First was they had a long-term approach and they weren't putting pressure on results, right? There's some guys who come to the program and within 24 hours, they're sending me a testimonial, and others it takes a few months. That's why you have 60 days to review this program. These guys weren't in the mindset of, I'm just going to watch this and then return it a few days later. These guys had a long-term approach. They were going to be looking at this material quite a bit over those 60 days and then going out and taking action. Next is they were simply excited to meet new women and get out of their comfort zone, right? It's like, hey, I'm going to go out, I'm going to meet new women. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. I know I'm going to have to maybe push through a little fear, a little anxiety, but I'm going to just do it anyway. Because what that also led into is that they decided to look at this as a new fun adventure. It's like, all right, man, I'm gonna go on this adventure. I've only got one life. I don't want to keep doing what I've been doing. So like, I'm just gonna head out. I'm gonna kind of be like Indiana Jones, and I'm gonna go out on this new terrain. Next for the successful guys is that they knew putting in the work to make this transformation was far less painful than continuing to settle. In other words, they were done settling for lower quality women or swiping away on dating apps to set up meetups with lower quality women, or just simply being alone, sentenced to a life of jerking off. They're like, yeah, you know what? I've stayed in my comfort zone long enough doing these things that I know I'm settling for. I'm done. I'm ready to put in the work and go out there and have magnetic interactions. Next was that they were willing to drop the ego and take on a beginner's mindset and enjoy the journey along the way. So many guys fall into this ego trap of, nah, I don't need to do this, or I'm too good. The bottom line is, if you're not getting the results, it means you need to put in the work. So just drop the ego, relax, chill. This allowed guys to be really successful. And they chose to keep a positive attitude and trust the process even when doubts crept up, knowing all guys have faced these same limiting beliefs. Look, when I was coming up 10 years ago, brother, I had these same limiting beliefs, and so have many of my clients. It's just the ones that got the crazy results were willing to push past those and focus on keeping a positive attitude. I'll be direct as I can with you, my brother. It's not a matter of if you'll get results with this program, it's simply a matter of when. The guys who had the winning mindsets got great results, and those who didn't went back to the misery of settling in this area of life. So simply stick with the winning mindsets we've discussed, ignore the loser mindsets, and you are guaranteed to transform your dating life and self-confidence. Simple as that. Are you ready? Let's do this. You'll want to go through this training in order, at least through the first 3 sections, starting with the Magnetic Interaction Manifesto, a quick hard-hitting video that will cover the critical components of what you'll be observing in the hidden camera infield videos. Then in Magnetic Interaction 101, I'm going to take you through a number of interactions with no sound, so we can dial in and focus on the mechanics of what allows you to be successful. Then in Magnetic Interaction 102, we're going to dive into the full infield clips so you can witness from beginning to end. Now, a couple last items before you get started. If you are accessing this training on a mobile device, when you click on any link, make sure you scroll all the way down, as the video will be at the bottom. When you are interested in any further trainings, you can find additional offerings inside the Customize Experience section. And lastly, I want to hear from you. Are you having a challenge, or do you want to share a big win? Email me directly at info@scottjack.com. So if one of these mind viruses is coming up, if one of these BS excuses has got you down, hit me up, let me know what's going on, and we'll get you moving forward. So all right, brother, it's time to get started. I'm in your corner, and I know you've got this. Let's go.